Western Spring Television. Ours it is.
Hey guys, how you doing? You're welcome to another amazing, sensational episode of the Ladies Talk. My name is Chikasi Obo, your host. And don't forget, guys, you can actually, watch past episode of this amazing show on our YouTube page at Western Spring Television. And if you wonder what we do here, we get to, dissect, talk about ladies, everything that has to do with us, or like I like to say, things that make ladies tick. And if you're a guy, this is not the time for you to actually scroll past, because you want to sit down and actually learn more about the female gender. And I never get to do this alone. I always have my beautiful, amazing, and today they are looking so good. I can't wait to show you guys the ladies I have in the studio with me. Hey ladies! See they blush already. How you guys doing? Let me start from Mrs. Temitope. First of all, your jackets. I love the pink on you. I didn't tell you before the show, but then you deserve to know. It looks good. It does look good. How have you been?
Fine, thank you.
How's your week been? What's been popping?
Great, but the highlight for me is just some seconds ago, yes, when I got to know what makes this lady's hair tick. It's not going to the mountain.
No, please. Going to the mountain is only for married people.
Okay, so what does she do?
So we can't pray again. Singles cannot pray.
No. You can pray. You can pray, but
go to the church and pray.
Not the mountain.
You can raise an altar in your house and pray.
Oh,
so but going to the mountain is a higher level.
So I can pray with myself. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
With myself. Me and myself.
Raise an altar in your home. Take one side of your bed. Raise that altar. Okay. But we go mountain.
You're not even getting me my points. I can pray with myself.
No, that's it. No. My head just
that's not allowed.
That's far from me.
All right, nice to have you. Just talk to the audience and tell them.
All right, it's nice to have you back. Join us this week on this episode of Ladies Talk. I'm sure you have, prepared yourself mentally, physically. You have your popcorn. You have whatever it is that you're going to munch on. For this particular episode, I'm sure you've brought juicy story.
Definitely. Always. Now moving on to the lady in. Is it pink? Is it
there's an color? I don't know.
Yeah.
She don't wear clothes.
But it looks lovely. I love the shoe. I love the hair thing you got on. Nice.
We are trying.
It's good.
They say you don't look like what you go through. So in this situation that we have now, we don't look like what we are passing through. We just come out and we try to bring the joy from inside. Joy is from within.
Sure.
And if you allow what's going on, the hardship, whatever gets to you, you might not see yourself grow. You might just hold before your time.
Exactly.
So it's very important to be in charge of your happiness.
True.
I love that.
No, seriously, because if you're not in charge of it, someone can just come in and steal it from you. Situation can come and steal it from you. And you see this show? Hey, it brings out the happiness in me. Because one, apricot is there and you enjoy it for me. I like apricot. Two, we will gossip you, I will still consider.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yes, anyway, we're so glad to have you guys. We're gonna have a swell time this evening. We are going to do apricot. I'm going to cause people. So even though I'm the drama queen of this place, and again, I welcome you guys.
All right, nice to have you. Now let me move on to my lilac twin.
That's true.
We're twinning.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, you're twinning with toppets and extension.
Yes,
pink, different shades. But then me and Nengi are also twinning. So Nengi, tell me, how have you been?
Ooh, I have been good, fine. In fact, I don't know, but each and every week, each and every day, I think I'm usually grateful for the fact that, God gives me the grace, the strength to go through, no matter what is ongoing. No,
fine, yeah.
It's a dentition for me.
Absolutely. And, I think during the course of the week, we had the Democracy Day in Nigeria. And something happened.
No, you don't touch that one.
Something happened and it was the highlights. Trust Nigerians to make it the highlights of the day. And we kept talking about it, but It's fine. We'll not
tell
this.
If
Please,
you
don't
get
tell
it, if
this.
you get it, you get it. If you don't get it,
Forget about it.
Absolutely.
All right,
But definitely you have a swell time onto the show.
We'll go to a quick break, and then when we come back, we have something very interesting to discuss with you. So don't go nowhere. All right, so the topic we have for today is about a lady who has found herself in an ethical dilemma with her mother-in-law. Now, before I even talk too much about it, let me read out a story that she sent. Now, she said, "I have never felt more betrayed in my entire life. Thankfully," or rather, that's not the beginning of the story. So apparently, she was supposed to do a surgery. Let me just read it up because it's not really, arranged in my phone right here. So she was supposed to actually do a surgery. And while the surgery was being done, it got to a situation where things were complicated and they had to save either her or her baby.
Wow.
You know how it is now. One person has to be saved out of that. Now, her mother-in-law was there, her husband was there, and she could, even though she was not fully conscious, she could still hear them saying, "Please save the baby, that's my blood." That was the exact words that her mother-in-law and her husband used, that she's not their blood, so it's the baby that she's carrying that is their blood, that they are more interested in saving. Now, lucky for her, she was able to survive, so she and her baby lived. Now, a few years down the line, her mother-in-law fell sick.
Okay. Mama is such a bitch.
Now, she and her husband have a joint account together where they are both signatures or signatories to the accounts. And the account is actually mainly for the education of their children.
Okay.
That and that only. The children are their blood,
Their
of course.
blood, right?
Right?
Okay.
Yeah. Now, the mother-in-law is so sick, she needs to do surgery. It's a life or death situation.
Yeah.
But then there's no fund for it. Now, the husband comes and he says to her, that account that we have together for the kids, I need to take some money inside there to save my mother's life. But then I need your signature on it because only his signature cannot withdraw the amount. Two of them need to sign off on it. And then she's like, "No, I'm sorry, but I have to save that money for the future of my kids, my blood. Your mother-in-law, your mother rather, is not my blood, so I can't do anything about it." And he has called her wicked, he has called her selfish, stingy, all sorts of names. They are currently not talking to each other, and now she's worried if she had gone too far, whether she actually changed her mind and save her mother-in-law, or whether she's doing the right thing by saving her blood. So that's the ethical dilemma that she has found herself in.
Yeah, blood is competitive now.
So at this point, we are going to have to ask the hard questions. Tope, your mother-in-law, is she your blood or not your blood?
Well, I don't know if we should have named that ethical. But, God. Human beings do a lot of things that we don't know. That the consequences of those things would be really devastating.
Yeah. You can say that again, Tope.
Because how could you have a woman?
A woman
I'm
like
going to
you.
speak to everybody right now. How could you have a woman? I'm going to talk like a normal human being. I'm going to put down the morals,
Standards,
or whatever.
Emotions.
Let's talk based on emotions today. You have a person who went through so much to carry a child for your son.
9 months.
Exactly. Sometimes it could even be more than 9 months. And you could have a stressed pregnancy. Pregnancy that, imagine, if she required a surgery, it meant that something was wrong with her.
Absolutely.
And she had to go through that, endure such pain. And the funny thing is, these women who do this, the mothers-in-law who do this, sometimes you people have also gone through such pain. Sometimes you also had a mother-in-law that terrorized you, and you complained and complained about it, only for you to years down the line to come and do the same thing. Who are you deceiving? It means that you are as wicked as the wickedness you're fighting. We really need to start doing better. Okay, so years down the line when you cannot speak, it's even good that it's surgery. So what if you had to come and live with her? And then she treats you so bad that your son and some other people, judgmental people who don't know the root of problems. That's why when you see problems, when you see people going through hardship, ask them what they've done in the past. You really need to ask questions. And I can understand when you just pity people because you've seen them in some situations. But aside and deeper than the pity, you really need to ask questions, germane questions. And so years down the line, you're expecting her hard-earned money, somebody you condemned to die years ago. So if she had died, how would your son have worked for such money alone? Because if it's a joint account, it means both of them are putting their money in there.
Let me just quickly chip this in. Even though it's a joint account, she brings in 80% of the money into the account. He puts 20.
So that's the situation.
That's the situation. So the bulk of the money in that account actually belongs to her.
And you can even name me wicked. Who is supposed to be on the floor, rolling and begging for the life of somebody? I don't even know. Now, I don't know if she ever confronted the man and the mother for saying such a thing while she was there in that hospital bed between life and death.
She did confront them and they said, but you are alive now. So that's what that matters.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm going to lay down that moral whatever today. Today, I just want to be emotional about this thing. I'm not going to release my money. If your mother likes, I don't know. I'm sorry that this is supposed to be an educational ground, but when some things, I love the interview of that man that was asked, okay, so with the situation of Nigeria right now, and the man said, let them die. Sometimes we need to speak to issues as they are and bring down all those sentimental and moral compasses and bring them down. We really need to speak to people based on the emotions that they're bringing to the table. People need to stop doing terrible things, and it's people like this that will teach you that terrible things and sometimes don't, they don't pay. But then, if we have to say that we should do that all together, like we should be wicked to the end, the woman is going to die, and then I don't know how that is going to bring you peace or satisfaction, and that the woman will not even learn from her mistake. So I think you should just release the money.
But you personally, will you?
I don't know. I really cannot give that answer. I don't know. Because I think I'm going to go the line of the woman, at least at first. I don't know if, cajoling and begging and all of that could
change your heart.
Change my heart. But for the first instance, I'm going to go and toe that line. People need to learn. And that man is a terrible man. And I think what I may have done is to just go separate ways from that man. Seriously, immediately after that surgery.
Okay, so baby, let me ask a question. I thought I did not categorically answer. Would you say your mother-in-law is your blood?
I have a sweet mother-in-law, so she is definitely my blood. I don't know for that one. My own mother-in-law is my blood. But you know one thing. We've always said it on this show, and we will keep saying it. One, marriage is not something you rush into. One, you must not have a bad head over your life in marriage, because they say once you get married, you're submitted under a man. And if it's a bad head, these are what will be happening. Because I cannot imagine my husband will choose the child over me.
But we hear so many situations where, a mother is being told herself, it's either your life or your baby's life, and the women say my child.
Yes,
so
that was the mother that was giving.
Now she was out of consciousness.
Yes,
so can we assume that he probably felt, okay, this is what she would have wanted?
No, you can't. A man who loves his wife, we know they would give birth again. We're talking about a child that is just coming, never even said it. He can go back to the stress factory, and then God will process him again. We keep processing him, we can give us gear. John or boy, anyone, but your wife. One, you better say you want to call Shoshu Abi. It's just one person. You can't have that wife again. Except maybe you don't love that wife and you want her to go. I don't understand, because men who really, when the Bible says man will leave his father and cleave to his wife, it means that you cleave to her both in life and in death. See, the first child you have as a man is your wife. So I don't understand why by a man who loves his wife, you paid bride price, you sacrificed, you looked for money to make sure you marry this woman. It now gets to that point that you will either say, see, this child is just coming, it can go back. So you can born again. But this woman, you will never have her. And the painful part is that she heard it. In that pain, She heard that they chose a child that they've not even known.
So would you say this is justification for her to
I'm not
not...
saying you can't pay evil with evil.
Yes.
But you can make someone know that I heard what you said. And if I'm going to pay you back with this thing, you would die. Just the same way you wanted me to die. You can't pay evil with evil. So that, because if you pay evil to you're as evil as them. And you will be the bigger person. You will be the better person to make them know that I heard what you said.
But can you give your life for your child?
I can.
Yes.
It's
So
my
why can't
choice.
your husband make that choice?
He
for
can't
you?
make that
He can't
choice
make
for
that
me.
choice for
He
her.
can't.
If you're not conscious on call, I'm still going back to the fact that she was unconscious.
My husband will make a choice to keep me. Why I make that
But
choice
if he
to keep my
makes
child?
if he makes the choice to keep your child, is that really such a terrible thing?
It is.
When you're
Cassie.
really thinking about it, is it
Cassie.
really such a terrible
Cassie.
thing? Because we've had so many situations of most mothers saying, I don't mind going, keep my child. And even when the man is trying to convince the woman that no, we can have another one, she's like,
You do know that.
save my child.
My
please."
life is my life. The child's life is ours. The child belongs to both of us.
Both of us.
We have a joint decision to make. But on my life,
I can decide.
I should be the
See, Cassie,
deciding
the
factor.
first person a man would ever want to protect, a man who truly cares or love, is his wife. Why? Because right now, they are one. So if she goes, it's as if he goes. So you protect that one. They say when you look at the mirror, who you see is not yourself as the woman. You see your husband sees you. Because you people are one being. You are no longer two different people. A child just came in. That child can go back to research factory. You guys can make another baby. But I expect a man who really, they said, when Christ died and gave himself up for, that is what a man should do for his wife. Give himself up for her. Make sure that nothing happens to that woman. See, we're talking about a child here, yes. But this child, see, if you ask me who really cares, they'll tell you, save my wife, leave the baby.
Some will even tell you there's nothing to decide. Save my wife.
Save my wife, leave the
Exactly.
child. Because they know they can always get another child. But you can never get that same woman. You can never.
You know, I'm surprised you guys are actually saying this, because majority of what I see out there is the man saying, save the baby, because the woman would say. So I've even heard so many situations where, you know, there's this random question that was going viral at a point in time where if there's a burning building and you have to save $20 million, save your child, save your mother, or save your wife, what are the two things that you'd save? And most of the men, in fact, we had this on our show on Rave Lounge, and most of the men that called said they will save the money and their child.
So the mother and
not the wife. One said that his wife is a prayer warrior, that she's going to pray her way out of the fire.
Wow.
That he believes in her.
Ah. See,
And he's going
well, this is
real life.
See, and if you ask we women, most of us will say, let me save my husband or my child.
But it's never that way it's rarely that way when you
see what we face as women. Like, men can literally damn because they don't care. But it's not our fault that God has made us emotional.
Yeah.
It's not our fault that God has made us have this motherly instinct. How can you see when you get married to a man, you start taking care of him like you will take care of your child, because he's your first baby.
And they don't do that.
They don't do that, oh.
Yeah.
Then they will not do it, oh. They will not send you. You understand? They're only just to provide. That's what they feel. But women want to I don't like the way you're doing. Have you had your bath? That's how we do literally to our husbands. So, but I don't. I'm still in shock. If not me, I go there the woman. Now when I say the woman went there,
If it were the man and the father-in-law, we could talk about the fact that men are speaking, but a woman was also joining to say, save a child and leave the woman to die. It's so terrible.
To go through labor pain, and this woman has gone through that same pain.
It's just terrible.
Now, considering everything that we've said now, Nengi, let me move over to you. Would you think should be justified in saying, you know what, my children's education are much more important? Because the woman has lived her life on earth. Maybe she's like maybe 60.
Yeah,
she has
another
experienced
factor.
life and all of that, and there's no even guarantee that if you pay money for surgery finish,
It will be successful.
you actually suffer.
If he dies, so why waste my
Our
money?
children's education are at stake here. Do you think should be justified in refusing to actually, release that money?
Well, from every conversation, I think we were even talking about the whole process of pregnancy, everything, even before we came right on air. Now, I don't know if probably once you get pregnant, maybe you take your husband, you and your husband to the court, you go and sign an undertaking that, or sign something, a paper or something that that states that in case of necessity, save me, not my child, or save the child and not me. You understand? So, because I don't know, because the truth is, you can't really predict what will happen during childbirth. You can't predict whose person's life will be saved, at the end. Sometimes, I don't know, but the truth is, sometimes it happens that the child goes, the mother goes. Sometimes it happens that, one person would still be alive at the end of the day. And I'm wondering if these couples have had maybe prior conversation to that day, talking about the fact that, if something happens to me, save the baby. Because aside that, why assume that your wife will say, you will actually say save the baby? Why assume? Because I'm unconscious? Why assume? You can't do that. You can't do that because I'm unconscious, I'm not able to speak for myself and all of that. You should even think about this pain that I've gone through. In fact, all throughout. Just like Tope said, that if it was as complicated as it was in the story, that means, the thing has been more like a build-up from maybe a certain stage of the pregnancy down till that point. Yeah. You don't even reason all those ones. You just got there and said, kill him. That's not even the case now. The case is that they said, save the child because that is our blood.
So you don't consider her
that's you
took vows on the altar, saying you would become one.
This man is still cleaving to his family.
Saying you will become one. Till death do you part. Saying you will, they rush the death part, waiting happen. I don't understand. You said it, you become one. And once you become one, you're intertwined now. You're locked in. You've become one.
One is one.
You understand? So your mother-in-law, I don't know, that man should.
He did not cleave. They say they should cleave to your wife.
The man
is not a man.
Because why? Exactly, he's not a man. I don't understand. I don't know how to really put it, but
he's not
in this
human.
Situation, listen,
he's not human.
You have a family, your own wife, and the child that is coming forth. That's your family. We understand that yes, you came from a family, yes, your mom, but you've worked so hard
to get your own.
It gets to that point, and you say, okay, your wife should go for the baby. How?
Now, considering all of this, I really want to know, will she be justified in withholding that money?
Now, the truth is, at the end of the day,
because she has already made the decision to not, release the money, and now she's feeling guilty because he has refused to talk to her.
We're all humans at the end of the day, and we have conscience. Exactly, it judges us. Especially when we know that this is my personality, you get it would. So I do not think that at the end of the day, if she does that, and that man the mother-in-law dies, she will be guilty. Her conscience will literally judge her, for the rest of her life. That sometimes she might be saying,
my kids did not have
you understand. And the thing is, you see this life, it can throw you off balance. At the end of the day, because what if you now train these kids without your money, and it turns out that the kids are now. What do you think? What would you think at that point? You say, it be like saying that because of say I no do this thing, I make this thing they happen. So you would not live at peace at the long run. So I feel because how she's reacting is how I will react at first. That's it. Me, I go, I would literally say, see, I beg, I take on them beg una.
Men are go blood na blood. Men are go join hands together save una blood.
I think it's only normal that she reacted that way.
Of course, she's a human.
Because the husband now is the one speaking on behalf of the woman. That's the mother-in-law. If at this juncture, the mother-in-law and her are still not on speaking terms, they are still beefing over what happened, what transpired between them many years ago, do you think she still want to be moved enough to want to save the woman's life?
I think the least she would do is to just sign
to save the life of someone who clearly hates you, doesn't value your life, and wanted you to die.
That's why I said you shouldn't pay evil with evil.
Almost
make sure that you are the bigger person. Make sure, but first, she don't make them.
I feel like it's so easy for you guys to say. You guys are not getting the point. This woman,
she's justified
if tomorrow the situation occurs again, she would watch you die.
Cassie, all I'm saying is
she will choose
if
for
she doesn't
you to
want
die.
to give this woman her money, she can't. She's justified. But all I'm saying that would she find peace afterwards? So I'm trying to make sure that this woman's soul is preserved.
Exactly.
And she doesn't.
But why can't the husband find the money elsewhere?
No, that's
Why
I was
doesn't
even
he
saying.
talk
Yeah,
about
I was
There
going
are
to come to
several
that.
ways to this. There
I
are
was
several
going
ways
to
you
come
can
to that.
handle it. You could always give him his own percentage of the money,
Which is
Uh-huh.
20%.
which is 20%.
Which is not going to do anything.
Of course, he could always go out to source for more.
He's the man now.
That's if she really cannot bring herself to do more than that.
She can sign for 20%.
Another thing is, see, like I said earlier, if we are to bring down the moral compass rather, or the ethical compass, or whatever it is you want to base your judgment on, if we are to bring that down, she's right to exercise
Anything.
to express rather her pain, her
Or everything.
hurt, and whatever it is she really wants to express right now. And at first, I think every single one of us
Would do
would
same.
do that. That's
We
just
will.
the truth.
At first, we will.
Because when the pain is deep inside and the woman or the man have really tried to make peace with you on that matter, it's so hard for you to put it all away.
Okay.
The pain of that period will just come rushing down
Back,
to you
yeah.
as fresh as it was then. But at the end of the day, it comes down to who you are as a person.
Exactly.
There are some people that are also terrible. And irrespective of what someone has done to you, you are just terrible anyway. She may not be able to come to terms or to, bring herself to release the money. But there are some people that deep down them, they are good people. I'm sure that her
She would not
conscience will
watch,
speak. And beyond the emotions, the first expression of emotions, beyond the first surge of emotions, she's going to reason with herself.
Yeah.
And then she's going to release the money.
I think
Okay,
the
yeah.
man, even
Nengi
for
was
the
going to say
man,
something.
I don't understand how
This
you
one
just.
no, you won't marry
I
another
don't
person.
understand how you just blast out and start calling your wife. You're wicked. You're this. You're selfish. You're greedy.
Knowing what you did.
See, knowing. Thank you. Knowing what you did
there's
now.
still the fact
There is-
that
he
it's just
won't
one she
marry
has given
person.
birth
He
to.
won't
There is
marry
She's
something-
still
another
likely
person.
to get pregnant again.
There is
She's still
something.
likely to be
This
experiencing
man want
complications
marry person.
again.
This man no
There
love
is
him
something
wife.
people
Simple.
that hurt others do not know. What they don't know is you hurt somebody. Let me tell you, the person is left to maneuver on how to mentally handle
The
that.
heart. Yeah.
You've left that person, and the scars might still be there.
True.
Everything would still be there. That person would now have to go and be praying, oh God, heal my heart. Oh God, heal my heart. Meanwhile,
Give
you're
me a
like,
spirit
oh,
of forgiveness. Take
oh,
away
I'm
all
sorry.
forgiveness.
Oh, this, oh, that. When you see, there are things, people need to learn, actually. They need to learn. They have to do better. This is you don't joke with somebody's life. We understand that, okay, this was a baby. And no, and definitely, but if there is no prior agreement or conversation about it, don't go and assume for me.
And
On
they
that
don't
day,
assume now.
don't.
You know,
As a matter of fact, as a man, you should
speaking
save me
about
because
that
I am
husband,
one
I'm
with
actually
you.
concerned about her future because I know she's going to get pregnant, in future to
What will
have many
happen?
more kids.
See.
Would you say it's safe for her to still be with this man?
No, Cassie.
For the fact that she actually forgave him and stayed with him.
If she goes to the hospital now, she should write with her hand that in case of anything, if I have a complication, please save me and leave my child.
So she has learned from
She
that
said she would tell
particular
them,
scenario.
please don't ask anybody.
Body.
My life is in my hands. Because from the look of things, there are sometimes you hurt people and the way you apologize to them can make them, everything can be fine again. But
then you
it
still have to be
seems-
careful.
Yes. But
Everything
it
cannot
seems
be fine
that
totally.
but it seems that this husband and mother, they no even send the year.
And they don't.
Like when she from the story that said when she told them that she
Yeah,
had,
he
they
said, "Are you
"Eh,
not
are you
alive
not
now?"
alive?
Do you
now?"
get?
So it be like say they know me. I used to say I don't know how you even pick husband when they pick because I know it's true because
Sometimes you wouldn't really know
Yeah,
because
until you're
if
in.
that they no send this girl, they no send that. I mean, for the fact that she's bringing,
Of course,
men
you may not
people-
know all
some
the
but when she's bringing the money,
some mother-in-laws will simply just support their sons
of course,
or their
Yeah,
daughters.
every
You get
other
whatever
day.
you do, I
and
do.
the fact that she's bringing in
wrong.
the
That's what
plenty
some of them
money.
do.
know
It is
better.
actually.
She's
It's
bringing in the
wrong.
plenty. But let's not forget that this man can be angry at the fact that she's the one bringing in
There's that
plenty money.
too. There's that too.
You get, they say jet insurance. If he die, he could take all the money. This man don't dey calculative. Insurance,
Probably because
insurance, death insurance. If he die, the money inside the account automatically goes to him.
Yeah.
The money in the girl's account automatically goes to him. And I'm sure that girl has properties. From the look of it,
Because if
she's
she
the
can be
one.
bringing 80%,
That's why
I
they said,
think probably she has
save
money.
my
Yeah.
blood and leave the half blood, because if she die, no, it's true. If she die,
Please, oh, mother-in-laws, you guys, you need to do better, because now you are what? You don't
we need
live,
to talk to
you
one
don't live
another
for this
because
life.
we're the
You've
ones that
been
would
here.
eventually become mothers.
You've been here.
Mother-in-law.
Yes.
So,
We're going to become mothers-in-law.
you've
How are
gone
you
through
training your... It
experiences.
begins with training our sons. Because the training that man has, in fact, the mother is a terrible person.
Very
And that's
terrible,
why she
very
was
terrible.
able to bring up that kind of son. I
A
mean,
terrible
have you
person
ever
is a
seen
terrible
a man
person.
that will shut his mother up and say, you don't even have a say here. This is my marriage.
True.
And this is my life.
All right, guys, let's just give our final tip because,
Wow.
you know, we're running low on time. So, Nengi, in 10 seconds, what's your final advice?
I think she should think beyond, you know, the emotions
heart,
she's
yeah.
currently experiencing. And I believe that she would definitely find the answer. Whether the mother-in-law leaves at the end of the day or she doesn't, she knows that, oh, see, I'm playing like nothing. I don't have anything to, you know, blame, even if she loses her life. But I know that I tried my part. You know, I played my part rather. So I feel she just look over the emotions, beyond the emotions, and do what her heart tells her at the end of the day.
All right, you, baby.
So where is you, man? No, my sister.
So forgive.
So
Nko.
forgive is divine. You get, don't pay evil with evil. Let your good speak for you and still work for you. Because it's your good that still kept you alive. from that
Absolutely.
chapter. So let me continue to work for you.
All right, Temitope.
Well, I'll just tell you that be the person that you are. She's not worth it.
At all.
Don't
Soil your heart.
destroy your life, because that's destruction.
Yeah.
When you begin to have
It might haunt
feeling
you,
that,
even.
yeah,
Death and
it
life
might haunt
is
you.
in your
That's
hands.
destroying
Death
your
and
life.
life,
So she's
yeah.
not worth destroying your life over. You know the kind of person she is. Don't you start to destroy yourself.
And immediately you finish, please
And
use
so,
long spoon.
that means that you're setting a
dining.
better example to your own
Chocolate,
children,
yeah.
making them better than your husband and his mother.
All right, the ladies have said it all and they've said it all. We're going on a quick break. And then when we come back, we'll be discussing what's trending. The dog gonna know. Yeah, welcome back to the Ladies Talk Show. Now, we just got done discussing the topic of the day, and now we'll be discussing what's trended. And it's about the Nigerian talented and beautiful actress Yvonne Jegede. Now, you know, a while back, she got divorced from her husband, and there were different speculation as to what caused her divorce, but we did not know. We all heard the rumor that the man was thinking that her son was not his, and after a while, you know, the resemblance was just too much for him to deny the child, but still, they were still divorced. They've not gotten back together. And recently, while she was actually in an interview with Nedu in the Honest Bunch podcast, she spoke about just what could be the reason why the both of them went their separate ways. Talked about the fact that you know, she was with him for a very long time, but at the point in time, ego issues came. At the point in time, she regretted the fact that she married for love and not for money. She said a lot of things, but let's hear from the horse's mouth.
Walk out and come back and see you and not talk to you. I cannot operate like that. Especially we are only two in a building. Judtih, am I going to talk to my picture? But he had A1 in malice. So that was what ended the marriage. It was the fact that we kept malice for 3 weeks. And I was pregnant in the same house. I just packed my bag one day and I said, oh, what is this? 3 weeks? What is going on here? Like I would be so angry. I would leave. I get belly. You know, I get belly. I'll carry my belly. I'll go to my friend's house for a go stay from morning till like maybe 12 midnight. Because of the malice, he not going to call me and say, where you carry my belly go? Even if you didn't give a SHIT about me. Do you understand? The concern. You don't chop. When you go start my begin. There was no, the malice reached the begin. You know,
Wow.
So when I looked at it and it was going all the way to 3 weeks, I just picked some few things and I just went to my father's house, and that was how.
Did you have any
Things. Somebody that likes to keep malice. How do you want to do that?
I want to even say something.
I just until today there was no please come back. Never at one point that it was oh please come back. So
That's actually a whole lot. Now, people have been like, is it not just not right for you to, because of ordinary 3 weeks, Alex, pack your things and leave back to your father's house? But then she said there was no please come back. And I think that's the most hurtful thing. Because you know how it is for we ladies, when we are like, give us
Want to be
space, you know,
petted.
leave me
Yeah.
alone. You expect that while I'm saying leave me alone,
Choke
you should
me.
be, you
Choke
get
me, choke me.
crawling on your knees, begging and crying blood. But he never did that. Now, she also said something which is not, you know, in this video. The fact that they were friends for many years. The
She said,
friendship
you know, I reach
was
once.
there. Exactly. They were friends for many years before they got married. And while they were friends, she used to joke with him, you know, the whole shoya bereni, shoya pay, you know, just normal joking. And then when they got married, whenever she would joke like that and say shoya pay, he would say she's insulting him. All of a sudden, insecurity came in. And that was because she was making more money than he was making. And it just became so much. And it just brings us back to the issue of, at what point should you be submissive enough? At what point should you say, I will not marry a man that is not well to do, or I'll marry someone that is well to do? Because I used to say, marriage does not have journal. You might say, okay, oh, I want to marry someone that is well to do. It doesn't work for you. You want to marry someone that is not well to do. It doesn't work for you. It's something that just boggles my mind. But let's talk about Yvonne Jegede as a person now. Do you guys think she made the right decision leaving her marriage? Based on all these things that she said, he had insecurity issues. All of a sudden, she could not joke around with him. She could not call him big head, small head, coconut head. She could not play pillow fights with him anymore. And the fact that she was pregnant for 3 good weeks, he deemed it fit to not speak to his pregnant. You know, at that point, our emotions, our hormones, oh my God, they are raging. Now imagine someone not talk to me for 3 weeks. Would you say she's justified in leaving the marriage because of that? Let me start with Nengi this time around.
Well, the truth is, you see marriage, even if they say marry your best friend, marry your friend.
For real, there's just no journal to it.
Now, this one, you know, Arisha, so after marriage, you can see another thing entirely.
And there was a pretense.
Where do I even start from now? Whether it's the guy that's been pretending all along.
But how is it possible to pretend for years?
It may not have been pretend.
Now,
They've been friends for over 8 years. How long can you pretend?
Do you get? So the truth is, I think I've come to realize something. Nothing on earth, not even school, not even your counseling classes, not even that prepares you enough, that guards you enough for marriage, like once you step in. Now, I would usually say that we're all humans. We're more like onions, more like eggs that have different layers. We go just one day, we go wake up, unveil this part, bam. And you, my partner, has to just swallow it. Or sometimes we fight about it. Or sometimes there's no how, we just try to make up about it or adjust or bend. So nothing prepares you enough. Now, this person has been a best friend all along. And I feel like this money issue, the financial issue, I think it has been on ground since. I think she has always been a step ahead of him. That's her ex-husband, of him. So I don't understand even how he was able to even manage that and still
maybe
married.
He expected that, okay, as friends, he could overlook. No, maybe he was thinking as friends, he could overlook some of these things. But as a wife, he was expecting her to be much more submissive than she was while they were friends. But so what level are you expecting submissiveness? That's my own question.
Whatever you cannot take in your relationship and you feel like it is reoccurring, you see, if you know if you stop and then, my dear, you would not be able to take it inside marriage. Because normally, I think I've noticed that fact that, oh, you would see something, actually maybe a glaring red flag, and you'll be like, I can be able to manage it. I can be, see us, we go just stay run and you understand together. And you enter and you are in a deep pit. You can't even come out. You're not even comfortable. Whatever you know that, this thing this relationship, so what I don't see, especially when it is glaring. Not be like say person pretend cover them and then you got in and then you later found, especially when it is glaring, especially when it is reoccurring. There are some things that might not be too glaring, but you just see it one step, one drop somewhere here, somewhere there. I beg, if you cannot stop it, make sure you know that if you're getting into the marriage with that person, this is what you're going to face. And even more, like I said, we have different layers because I might wake up, that was side of me, I might now begin to double it, at the long run. So whatever you know that you cannot take, I beg, not try and not say, let me just enter, shall we can just manage ourselves.
You cannot manage the marriage.
Manage ourselves. Don't try it. To be honest, I'm being honest. Don't do that. This is a premium advice I got from my mother. She's like, anything you know you cannot, anything you know you don't like, stop it from relationship level. If you know say the thing called the leave it, I beg. Just go. It might be hard, but then again, you're saving.
In the long run, you'd
all this headache, all this headache.
You can't, or you cannot manage. Sometimes you wouldn't even want to rage. Sometimes you would lose control over yourself, or you would not start taking anger management classes or what inside. It's not some So I don't know.
Let me move on to Ju, baby. Now, one of the things that actually triggered her enough to want to leave was the fact that the man did not believe that the child was his. Maybe because she used to go out a lot, go to her friend's place to stay, so he was now doubting whether the child was truly his. Do you think if a man tells you today that the baby in that your womb is not my own and we're going to do DNA, is something that can be justified or that can justify a divorce?
A divorce. Me, if I go to, I will go and do DNA.
You won't feel pissed. You won't feel betrayed. You won't feel some type of way.
I will feel pissed though, but I will do the DNA test.
And afterwards, what would happen?
Test, let me drop. No, I know what to drop. After the DNA test, we'll know how we will go out from that place. Because how would you trust? I'm not sure. So why did you marry me if you don't trust me enough?
No, maybe he trusted you at the beginning.
He did not trust
along the line.
He did not trust that, because any man that would trust you enough.
It's possible he must have seen something that made him doubt.
I am an actress.
Maybe it was not there at the beginning.
I am an actress.
But then she started moving around.
I am out all the time. These people are out. 12 a.m. they are making movies. 2 a.m. in the morning, so they are making movies. You know my line of
Can you marry
job.
an actor?
I know fit to. Me, I don't get that strength to. 2 people are not fit for this, like a doctor, and I know fit. You know my job. My job takes me from one state to another. This is my job. You did not have a problem with it then because you were dating you're von Jagade. You didn't have a problem. Do you get it? You're on the tabloids, you're on the blogs because you are dating me. People got to know you for me.
True.
Then you got married. We were friends. You know me rich chance. Not because they form anything for you. We dey chop for the same plate. You can't marry me because say I be you von Jagade. You want
a problem.
You won't come put me under, and I did submissive, but you want make I still dey more than. See, there's a difference between being a slave and being submissive. Let's be
exactly. That's the line I'm trying to understand.
There's a difference between being a slave
for real
and being submissive. Your wife is not a slave.
Men need to be taught that there's a line to submissiveness. It's not everything you put under you need to be submissive.
See, this man, we all know he has insecurity issues. He has ego. See, you know, I am an actress, a top A-list actress for that matter. I am submissive to you. I love you. I married you for who you are.
Irrespective of the fact that she was making more money than him.
I don't care about
she
that.
Didn't.
At home, it's me, Yvonne, and my husband. Yes,
not an actress and my husband. Exactly.
Yes, I know maybe she took the, she said some people cannot handle malice. And maybe in their 8 years of, there was not room for malice.
To that extent.
They were always, because they were friends. It was when he came into the marriage. You know, my pastor always say, in marriage, you will meet 10 different people of the same person.
Exactly.
So I think that I'm sure she was still very young and she was just loving. But I think maybe if they had given themselves time and if this man has approached her again, there would have been a place for peace. Because I think in it, I don't know they've gone to court to do all these things. I think they just went separate.
And till today, he has never said, please come back. They've not gone to court
to do the main. I'm not sure they've done it. He said, because from the interview, I think she said they just went there. But I don't understand why not all best friends, let me just let you know, not all best friends are good husbands.
Some it's just ends there.
Supposed to
some
be
people are meant to just be friends in your life.
Because for my interview, she said she feels say make she marry person where she know rich house. That was what she said. That she feels say make she don't marry the person where she know. You not all best friends are good husbands.
Are suitable for
a good wives.
Because I know she's still hot. If you listen to her, you will know that in the pinna. Say she lives, maybe in her wildest she did not believe that
nobody ever wants to get separated from their spouse.
And then the fact that your spouse does not even care. Like, it's not even pained. He's not even jealous. He doesn't care.
She talks about the fact that she's the one taking care of her son.
That she said it now that if she knows she don't marry money instead of love, and love is good. So we don't give a bad. Love is good. If you see someone you really love, Go for that person, whether the person, love is good. That's why the person can take care of you and take care of your child. But I feel this is a woman that is still hurting from the fact that 3 weeks of pregnancy, you didn't call me to say, how is my baby? I know they check you. Now my picking and they check. You get me? So I know she's still hurting. She's still pained. That's why they have not still gone to the court to do normal divorce. You've won. If this man comes, you've won from her kind of person. She doesn't have scandal. The only scandal she has is this marriage.
True.
Yeah.
From her kind of person, if this man should come back again, she will give him time. Because why they never go court?
Or maybe they are just not even speaking to each other.
Do you understand? They never, upon how she is, she's educated, she's an A-list actor, she never still carry and go court. So so there is still room.
Yeah.
But she is waiting for this man
To make the first
to make
step.
the move. Because I can make that move.
Okay, so let me move on to Tope now. Judith is saying there's still room. If this man tomorrow should turn around and come, did you advise Yvonne to accept him back?
Well, let's just speak to some issues. Truth is, when we cannot just speak from Yvonne's account and not
Get the man.
try to imagine what could have played out. And I don't want us to be so judgmental to the point that we'll just, favor Yvonne and leave the man, Truth is, when that went down, the 3 weeks, and he did not do anything, how about before you move out, you call him to try to initiate conversation.
Somebody is not talking to me.
That's what I'm saying.
And before I move out, I'll now call you to tell you.
No,
let's
I'm
talk.
not saying on phone. I'm saying call before you move out.
If you know that
They were not. He wasn't talking to her. So there was no space for that to happen.
He was not trying to talk to her. How about I try to talk to you?
Do you know how malice works?
You don't
It
get
means
it.
you're not talking to me. I'm talking to you. You're not talking to me
It still
too.
doesn't matter. Try.
For
That's
someone
the
that
thing.
does not want to talk to
in a
you.
marriage is different from relationship. In a relationship, you can throw everything to the winds and say, damn the consequences. This is a marriage, especially if you never envisioned yourself separated or divorced from your husband. So try, at least, that's what they call, did you try to save your marriage? Some people just up and leave. I don't think that's a good thing. Just
that's
try.
giving up at the first round.
Exactly. Just try. Initiate conversation. If she had, she would have said it. But you said because he did not speak to you for 3 weeks. I can understand the pain. I mean, you're pregnant for a man. I feel
And
that
he's
women
not,
who are pregnant for a man are doing you a favor. It's true. Because there are some women that will just get pregnant and go remove it without even letting you know. They have done you a great favor. And I think that you should not reciprocate their favor with that. But that's a different matter. Just try to speak with him. If he doesn't, then you have one justification.
That
Two,
I tried.
It's true. In pregnancy can be so funny. In the morning, you are good. In the afternoon, you are feeling so terrible. And 3 weeks, he didn't care to check up. And like she said, with the pregnancy, not even you. I mean, that's terrible. And that shows another inhuman character inside him.
That's an unforgiveness.
I mean, I think she did the best thing. Carry your bag and go to a safer
Because
place.
you need somewhere
she went to her mother's house where she can give birth
and
to
go
a
to a
child well.
safer place where they would care for you enough. I mean, you're not speaking with someone, so if I have complications in the night, what happens?
True.
And so what if she was in labor?
True.
They go
In
leave
that
her for girl. They go leave her
True.
for.
So
we
just
actually have to round up now.
Carry on. But now, the fact that she left and he never even said, where are you?
It means his
Where
out
did you
was
go?
out of it already.
You've been out.
He's
Just
out
remain
already
there.
out at this point in time. All right, it's been a wonderful, wonderful show on the Ladies Talk Show. Thank you so much, Judy. Thank you so much, Nengi. Thank you so much, Temitope. I still remain your host, Chikasi Obo, and I'll see you on another amazing episode of the Ladies Talk Show. Bye.